Welcome to Who Lives Around the Corner, a new visual podcast with interviews of neighbors with a variety of unique interests and talents. And now the host of Who Lives Around the Corner, Mr. Dan Regan.
Welcome to Who Lives Around the Corner podcast. We look for interesting individuals that excel in multiple different occupations, interests, and hobbies. And today we have a very special person who is not only related to me, but excels in many, many fields. He's one of the leading developers with his brother Ken in affordable housing in the East, specializing in affordable housing and MS housing. He does long distance swimming. He is a one heck of a good chef and natural chef, and he excels in the art field. I'd like to introduce to you now Larry Regan.
Thanks,
you doing?
Dad. How you doing, Dad?
Good. And I thought it would be an interesting podcast because you go in so many directions. Let's take one of your interests in long distance swimming. How did you get involved in long distance swimming?
So I swam, as you know, I swam in high school for years, and I was captain of the swim team in New City in Clarkstown North, and I just kept swimming throughout after high school and college, and then I just swim recreationally, and I usually swim about 4 to 5 miles a week. And I decided, after you don't compete anymore, I still love swimming, and I started swimming.
Where have you done your long distance swimming?
So a lot of the swims are in the Hudson. So for about a 12 to 14 year run, they would have swims all through the Hudson from New York City. There were different swims around Liberty Island. I've swam around Governor's Island, swam underneath the Brooklyn Bridge, and the best swim in the Hudson. It's different distances, but they used to have it. It was called the Little Red Lighthouse swim. So you'd swim from like 14th Street up to past under the bridge to Riverdale. It was a 10K.
Where have you swum internationally?
So the longest swim I did was 18 kilometers. This was like 10, 12 miles in Golfito Dulce, which is a fjord area of the Osa Peninsula in Costa Rica. And we swam from Golfito to Puerto Jimenez, which is about 18K. And I've done that twice. It was competitive, and I did pretty well. And that's a beautiful swim. It's usually between 4 and 6 hours. And
have you run into any crocodiles along the way?
No, but you can see the whales, because the whales are in there, and dolphins, so they swim alongside you. So it's a very special swim.
Let's take your art. You've developed interest in art. Where did you develop that interest?
So the interest came from Mom and you, and she always fostered the creative side of us, and you did as well. So we always had different arts and crafts projects, and in college I was art history major, but that was just to study. But the creative side, I started doing larger projects and putting them in some of our apartment complexes, in the lobbies. And it's mostly found art, so it's things I find and put together into different.
Describe a couple of the projects.
So one of the most fun ones was one called the House of Garbage, and I spent about 8 to 10 months collecting recycling boxes of whatever people would leave outside on collection recycling day, whether it be cereal boxes or frozen food boxes or all kinds of cardboard boxes. And I assembled them into like a pagoda house, and it came out really nice, and I put it in one of our buildings up in Albany.
And your musical interest, what instruments do you play, and what are your interests?
So I'm playing the accordion. I'm not accomplished, but it's fun. I play keyboards. I play I played the organ for a while, and the banjo, and all just to experience the instruments and to appreciate the music better.
You go to a lot of concerts. Who are your favorite
So
groups?
we go to see a lot of different groups from decades on. This is a board of all the concerts that I've gone to. So from like the 70s onwards. So all these are separate. Everyone is a separate ticket stub from all the shows that I've been at. This is a Neil Young ticket from 79, 80. And a lot of original Dead tickets from back when they were the first formation, the real formation of the Dead, the Grateful Dead. So there's all these ticket stubs, and then good shows like this is Fare Thee Well when the Dead got back together. So and it's a lot of Dead, but it's a lot of New Orleans stuff. We saw Billy first when he was about 14. We used to go to this bluegrass festival here called Great Box in the Catskills, and he's been there. Now he doesn't go anymore, but we've probably seen Billy like 30 times over the years. Saw Molly last weekend, two weekends ago, at All Good Festival in Merriweather in Maryland. She was good. She has a whole new band. We like more newgrass, like the infamous String Dusters, Green Sky Bluegrass. We like all the Dead configurations going back. Saw Jerry Garcia over 100 times, going back to 1979, 1980 were my first shows in high school. And we've seen Laurie and I have seen so many great shows. This piece is a fun piece. It's also found art, so it's an old lion skin rug that I cut up with the head and the paws, and I cut it and I put it around the legs. And this is about a trip that I took with my boys to Botswana, to the Okavango Delta, and if you see. That's my son Jeremy and my son Gabe and me in what they call a wooden mokoro, which is like a wooden dugout canoe, and we took a trip 4 nights and camped out in this wetland area called the Okavango Delta, and you paddle from different spots and you see all the different wildlife, elephants and giraffe and zebras and lions, and that you just go right up to them, hippos, and crocodiles. So these were all the things that we saw, and I put it together and made this little diorama out of it, all found stuff. And this is actually a jaw of a baby buffalo that we found, and we brought it home. Push this, and it's all about self-hypnosis to make yourself a better person. And this is all stuff I found in the garbages. So this is an old like icebox refrigerator and an old trunk, and all these were all thrown away. And an old record player. This is my driftwood sculpture. I collected every piece of this driftwood over about an 8-month period from only the Hudson River. This is only Hudson River driftwood, smaller pieces and larger pieces. And I put it together and made this driftwood trellis sculpture. And it's just a free-form wood sculpture, but it's made with found materials, all from the Hudson River, right where we live. So it's a real gem because it's very important to me. I swim in the Hudson. I see the Hudson every day, and it's part of our lives and my life, and that's why this is important.
Tell us about your interest in cooking. You are described by people as being a natural-born chef.
Well, you taught me a lot from putting me into learning how to chop properly, use knife skills, going on how to cut up dice and how to slice, and you would have these parties where we were cooking for 200 people, and I would prep all the food with you. And then it went on to appreciation for different cuisines, whether it be classical French or cuisines like Israeli or Moroccan or Central South American, New Orleans.
Where is your interest now, and what nationality?
So we still cook a lot of New Orleans. We just had a big crawfish boil with Jeremy, and passing it on the skills and the appreciation of different cuisines on to my kids, like you passed it on to us, is a very important quality. And that's because we learned a lot of what we did from your mom and mom's mom. So the grandmothers taught me very classical Jewish cooking, whether it be how to make pickles, chop liver, gefilte fish, whether it be all of the classic recipes. Got down.
Where's your interest now in cooking? Where is it going?
So it's just, we just bounced from cuisine to cuisine. We took a family trip to Morocco, so we've been cooking a lot of tagines and a lot of couscous type of things with chicken and lamb and
with
fish.
All of these interests, how do you pay your bills? I understand you're one of the leading developers, together with your brother Ken, in the East, in affordable housing and MS housing. Tell us how you got involved in that and where it's going.
So it's a family business, and we thank you for getting us started. And Ken and I have been wonderful partners for 40 years now, and we continue to just develop. We've got a good niche. We do affordable rental housing, most of it, and we have about 40 to 45 complexes throughout the tri-state area, from Buffalo down to Philadelphia, and we help people and provide them with housing at an affordable price using funding from the state and the tax credits. And we do a lot of special needs and supportive housing, and that's Ken's specialty.
Where do you see your life going interest-wise in the future?
So just like my art, I like to do a lot of different things. So right now we work with my two sons, your grandsons, Jeremy and Gabe, and we just enjoy working hard. And if you ask me where I'm headed, we're just, whatever comes up, we sort of explore and take on. So I don't have a particular direction, but wherever the wind blows that makes sense and is straightforward to keep us on a successful pathway without deviating, we'll follow.
Have you got your eye on any future instruments you want to play?
I'm working on the accordion, so that's a handful. So I just enjoy that, and
What type of music do you play on the accordion?
A lot of bluegrass, traditional folk songs, Irish songs. It's a keyed accordion. It's not a button accordion, so it's just a lot of fun. And I'm not great. Jeremy is the real musician in the family. I just enjoy playing for me.
Larry Regan, you're a great world traveler. Tell us about some of the exciting trips that you've taken with you and your family.
So the most exciting trips I take are solo trips, and I am an avid jungle hiker. So I pick a place whether in rainforest. So I only like going to hotter rainforest climates. So the Congo Basin in Africa, I've been to about 7 times, mostly Gabon, Central African Republic, Republic of Congo, and I usually affiliate on these trips with a NGO, a not-for-profit, whether it be the World Wildlife Federation or the Wildlife Conservation Society, the Bronx Zoo, or there's an East German not-for-profit that I've been to for gorilla research 3 times. So I go out and I go with them and I stay with them, and they allow me to go out and walk with them to see the gorillas. I did a trip to Gabon to see and research elephants. So I slept out with the elephants a couple nights and saw the elephants all night and day. Down in Costa Rica, we have a not-for-profit that we're very close to that they do jaguar research, and Jeremy's been down there quite a number of times. I've been down there about 8 times, and they preserve a jaguar corridor so the jaguars can move safely within the Central American and Mexican corridors. So it's a way to give back. I donate money to these not-for-profits, and in return, they allow me to stay with them, and it's a very unique and individual experience.
Tell us a little bit about when you went with your family to contribute on the holidays of giving back to the communities that have less than you do.
Right. So every year when we took our trips, whether it be to Peru or to Ecuador, like we go and we celebrate. Whether we went at Christmas time, we would go to, like in Peru, there was an earthquake, and we went to where the earthquake devastation was terrible, and we brought things from the States, and we paid for food, and we had a big party for like 150 kids there. We did the same in Ecuador in a mountain village. We've done it in Costa Rica. We've done it in Belize. And it's just a way to give back and to teach the kids, especially when they were young, where they could see what other cultures, and they don't have as much as what we have in the States, that we were able to give back and teach them. And it was a good way to experience these small mountain villages and these cultures in a way that they wouldn't normally see.
Well, it's one thing to be able to have great children like you have and like I have, and to see them grow in the future, giving back to the community, affordable housing, showing your art, creating new dishes. I want to thank you for this podcast. You're a great son, and you're a great tribute to the community, whatever you give it back. To give more than to take. And you find out if you give more than you take, then you are paid back in many ways.
Yep, it's a good lesson you taught us.
Thank you. We love you, and thank you for the podcast.
Love it.
If you have or know of a neighbor with a unique interest or talent, please get in touch with us with their contact information, and please include their unique interest or talent. Email us at wholivesaroundthecorner@gmail.com. Goodbye for now. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Who Lives Around the Corner, a new visual podcast of neighbors with a variety of unique interests and talents, with host Dan Regan, brought to you by Rockland World Radio and Modern Metro Studios.